Weekend Modder here with a quick advisory video in regards to our Corona PostFix adapter, both V1 and V2. Essentially, what I want to point out to folks is that these PostFix adapters are cheap Chinese clones. They have shown to have some quality control issues. So on these PostFix adapters, what you'll find occasionally is that depending on the batch that they come from out of the warehouse, they won't properly fit onto the CPU. This side will actually be too narrow or bent inward, so it may be necessary to actually trim off the right side of this PostFix adapter, and I'm going to do it just for demonstration. So I got a nice pair of snips here, and I'm going to snip that off. Make sure you're paying extra special attention to the vertical axis, making sure it's snug all the way up to it, and then as you slide it down, what I like to do is just have a piece of clear tape handy. Doesn't have to be any big significant thing. And then as you slide it down, make sure that it's sitting flush against the board and then flush against the corner, and you can literally just hold a light pressure with one finger and then put that piece of tape down to test whether a postfix is properly installed before you either glue or solder it down. Is set a multimeter at 200k ohms, and I'm going to leave that so you can see the reading. I'm holding my black lead from the multimeter to the AV shield here, just for ground, and then I'm going to hold this prong to the point that we would solder to on the postfix, and we should get a reading somewhere in the 35 to 45, maybe call it just 30 to 50 range. They don't always fit. Sometimes this one is off and it'll feel really tight and like you're having to twist it on. If that's the case, you may have a malformed postfix adapter. In that case, again, because it's nice and thin over here, we can trim off the excess, set it off to the side, get our piece of tape, and then very carefully, paying attention to the vertical axis here, we'll slide that down and under, and then I'm just holding a little bit of pressure with my finger there while I put the tape down to hold it from moving. Then I'll grab my multimeter again, and again, black to ground just to the AV shield, and then this to any of the points, and look at that, we get a nice reading. So now I've successfully got this one installed as well. I could go ahead and permanently attach, put some glue up here, solder to the little capacitor bank to anchor it, but it is now installed. So if you get one of the postfix adapters that is malformed, that is how you handle it. I won't be accepting returns or exchanges on these for ones that are not proper. I have not had one single postfix adapter that by using this method was not still usable. They seem to get the alignment from the corner pin to where it needs to go correct. They just don't always get the width of the spacing of the major PCB correct. Thanks.